Hi, welcome back to my channel. I just thought I would film while I'm getting ready. I've already started, obviously, but I just thought I would bring you in on this part. If you've watched my previous videos ages ago, I believe I got through a foundation, an eyeshadow application, I think that was about it. So I did powder, do a little contour, a little bronzer and blush, and now I'm about to do my eyebrows. And then I thought I'd just do a little chit chat with you while I'm doing that. Hopefully the lighting's okay. Hopefully my head is blocking my yet again unmade bed. I just, if I had to worry about my bed being made every time I decide maybe I should be filming, the bed isn't going to probably be made. So anyways, it's just not my thing. I've never cared about making my bed. I know some people are crazy about that, and I'm just like, who cares? Nobody sees it but me and Jed, and we're going to crawl back in it again tonight anyways. So, but anyways, I hope you're all having a good day. I just got the new ABH Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera eyeshadow palette. So I'm doing like a little oceany color today, and so I thought I'd do my brows and chit chat with you while I do that. It's kind of hard to give a brow tutorial. It's probably the trickiest thing. Usually when ladies come up to me at Ulta, if they have a question about like a brand, you know, a certain recommendation, some tips and tricks, picking a shade, the different choices in medium, you know, gel versus pencil versus powder versus pomade, versus like a brow gel, blah, blah, blah. I can usually, through some questions, narrow down what it is that they're really looking for and what they'd be happy using and buying. But if they want a tutorial and me to actually do it, I gotta admit that's the one area I pass off to the benefit girls. There's no way that I can pretend. I just, I know how to wax. I did go to school for that years ago. I didn't finish because I actually got disgusted. When you go to aesthetiology school, you have to, you know, your credits are based on the services you perform on the people that come in to the school, and obviously they're going to be a demographic that wants to save some money. And not saying that that's bad or those are bad people by any means, but it has obviously the potential to bring in the occasional miscreant, and I tell you, we had some miscreants. Just, and not saying that it has to be a man either, but the ones that we had that were kind of creepy and gross were men. And I just got flat tired of it. You know, them hitting on you, and you're trapped in a facial room with them for, you know, the better part of an hour. What are you going to do? You can't get away from them. You have to get credit for it for school. You're praying that they'll at least tip you decent for this crap that goes on. And 9 times out of 10, I mean, back then, oh my gosh, it was 27 years ago. So it was a $16 facial. I was lucky if I got, you know, $3 or $4 out of it, which, you know, I'm there for the school, but still, I mean, some of them were just, finally, I had one, he was so creepy. I was just convinced, I'm like, oh my gosh, this man must be like a closet serial killer or something. He gave off the craziest, creepiest vibe. And the tone in his voice and the way he talked to me and the way he looked at me. And then he was a hairy beast. I don't know what's worse. I mean, having the creepy part or having to rub massage oil through. He felt like a gorilla. I'm just like, this is disgusting. It was finally at that point, I'm just like, this is not for me. This is not for me. This is not for me. So, but anyways, so have I had some training in waxing and brows? Yes, but it was a long time ago. And it was training on how to do them, not how to teach somebody else how to style their own brows and fill them in or whatnot. And what I like might not necessarily be what somebody else likes. I haven't studied, like, you know, face shapes and brow shapes, and I've only ever practiced what I do on myself because it's so subjective. I mean, brows are even more, they can change the look of a face more than, in my opinion, anything else. The next runners up would be obviously foundation and maybe mascara. Because I know when I do my, we call it my 15-minute thing, me and Jed, like if all of a sudden we gotta get out the door, and I'm like, I can't go out looking like this, and he'll be like, do your 15-minute thing, which he likes. He personally, if he had his way, I'd be more natural. But he did say, it was interesting, because of course we've had conversations about it. Because I'm always like, I really hope you don't mind makeup on a girl, because even if you do, I don't care, because I'm not changing. And he did say, I don't like a lot of makeup, but I like it on you. And he said, because of how you do it so well. And I was like, oh. And there has been times where he's, you know, I come downstairs and I'm all dolled up, and he's like, wow. He's like, you are so talented. And that makes me feel good. I mean, when a man compliments your makeup, it's kind of like, I must have done something right today. That he likes. He likes like charcoal grays, a smoky eye. What else? Oh, when I do greens, green eyeshadow, believe it or not, really pops blue eyes. Like olive greens. Yeah, pretty much any green. So this is me doing my brows. I know it's really exciting. Today's Monday. Oh, I was thinking last night, I made an assumption on this channel that people know. I mean, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you know what Ulta, where I work, is. And even if you've heard of it, I'm assuming you know in detail what kind of store it is. And I really shouldn't be assuming that. So for those who might be watching, like friends who aren't as into this crap as I am, and wondering what kind of store it is, or haven't been in one yet, or have been in one, but it leaves them, you know, I get that all the time. Women walk in the door with this look on their face, like they don't know what they don't know. They don't know what to ask. They don't know where to go. They're not a makeup junkie. They just are in there because they need something. And I hear that all the time from women too. Like, I know I need something. And it's so precious because you know it's on the tip of their tongue. Like, they know what they want. It's like just trying to articulate it or knowing the vernacular or whatever. And usually after a couple questions, it becomes apparent. It's not that, you know, and I've done that a million times before. So there's my brows. And this is the Benefit, the Goof Proof. I've been using this since they came out. They actually sent me a free one in the mail. This was in like spring of 2016. And I remember thinking, why? Look at me. I've been using it ever since. I love it. I have it on backup. Yeah. It really is Goof Proof. It's pigmented, but it's soft. It glides on. It stays put. It doesn't move when it's set. It's set. It's good. So anyways, Ulta. Well, mine you come in, and on your left is the Prestige, which is the high end, which is where I work. So the higher end, aka higher price tag, but typically better quality, like department store type cosmetic lines and skincare. In the center is fragrance, which is all higher end. We don't have any drugstore cheaper fragrances. And then on the right side is, in the back is salon hair. In the middle is what we call mass hair, which is affordable hair care, like drugstore hair care. And then we have mass cosmetics, which is your drugstore makeup, like Maybelline, CoverGirl, Revlon, L'Oreal, all of those. So, and I have women come in sometimes where are your eyeliners? And then I have to narrow down, well, every line has an eyeliner, like, you know, what's your budget? What are you looking for as far as, you know, medium and etc. But so there's a little rundown of the map of my store. I need to clean. I use this little powder foundation to kind of clean up. This is Makeup Forever. They still make this, thank God, but I think I have a backup too. But this is like, it's weird how it became, this has been out for years. And I use it as my touch-up, like what other people, I've already powdered my face, so I can't use anything liquid. So I just use it to kind of touch up little things, like right here. That little pimple that's healing. How annoying. So yeah. In other news, I'm not going to keep this too long. If it goes too long, I'll cut it off and continue the rest for tomorrow or whenever I upload it. But let's see, what else was I going to say? Now I'm curling my eyelashes. This is a Shiseido one, really good. As far as eyelash curlers, there's of course the old cult favorite, the Shu Yamura one. I don't know if that's for sale in the US anymore. That's old school. The Surat one is really good, but it's really expensive. And as far as I know, they might have it on Sephora, but otherwise it's Barney's, Nordstrom maybe. I have one. I decided I like my Shiseido one better, actually. And they sell that here everywhere, and it's cheaper. In fact, we have it at my work, but I've had this one forever. A good quality eyelash curler lasts you forever, and they always come with at least one replacement pad. The little patty in there, the squishy. I have like no lashes. I was actually thinking of putting on falsies today, but decided my hair looks crazy. I'm like 3-day hair. But I usually don't wear eyelashes because my eyes are so sensitive. It's really tricky, and I have to put the time into it, and I have to, it has to be a day where my eyes aren't watering at all. They're just not, they don't seem sensitized at all, and I have a tiny bit of feeling of watering over here today. So if I feel the slightest little thing, I will not put lashes on because I just know it's probably more than likely going to be epic fail. Alright, so then after I curl my eyelashes, I tightline, which is the inside rim of your eye and the upper lash line. I just find that it ends up making my lashes look thicker. And I use a fat one. This is Lancome from when I worked there. So the skinny ones can feel like you're poking your eye out. Whereas this is a lot softer. And of course I usually get some up there, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to put eyeliner on anyways. And then I do the other eye. I don't know if you can see me or not. And whenever I've tried to do this to people, it's always like that thing it takes a minute to get used to. I didn't always tightline, and when I started, I was like, oh my God. But one tip I will say, it's more sensitive if you're trying to line directly, like, what would this be? Perpendicular, I don't know, whatever, to your eyeball. Like if you're trying to do it right over, for some reason it's more sensitive. So it's like do it while your eye is over here if you can, like that. And then move it over like that. If you try and line over where your iris is, for some reason it's more sensitive and you're more likely to do the blinky thing. So just a little tip if you're interested. So now, oh my gosh, we're doing some oceany. This is my cup of eyeliners. We still recording? Yes. Well, if we're doing an oceany thing, we better do a bright. There's an eyeliner I've been meaning to buy. Yes, believe it or not, in a color I don't have. And I keep not doing it because I'm like, this is why. Clearly I have enough. Let's see, maybe I'll do this one. Because I've been buying Urban Decay eyeliners for so long. Some were limited edition or they don't have anymore. Or they've brought out ones that I just haven't bought yet. And I love all of them. Yeah, let's do this color. This is called Junkie. Their shade names crack me up. And then I'm going to dig out. At the same time I do this, I make sure I have my MAC, what is this? 213? Is that what that says? 214. Oh, crap. It's a smudger brush. I don't know if you can see. So I can smudge out my lower lash line. And then open this palette. This is so gorgeous, by the way. Let me show you. I know it seems like a lot of color and scary, but it's really not. And that pink in person, this does not do it justice. It is like neon hot pink in person. No camera and no video from what I've seen on YouTube either has conveyed that color. When I came into the store, I was like, oh yeah, that's pink. Okay. All right, so give this a little sharpen. Oh my gosh, did you just hear my tummy growl? I don't even know if this is going to show up enough. Can you see me? Let's see here. Might have to do... Oh no, I think that's going to show up nice. This is going to be very oceany. Ready for spring, warm weather. I hear the birds chirping, the sun is out. I think it's finally within our reach. But boy, when all this snow starts to melt, scary, scary. I bet we're gonna have some flooding this spring. I bet the good old Minnesota is gonna give us some troubles. The Minnesota River. I always feel sorry for people that live by like 101, that highway, and having to like go around. At least I think they finally closed Black Dog for permanent because that was always a joke every year. Oh, Black Dog Road is closed. Well, no kidding, it's flooded. And then all of a sudden they decide we're just going to keep it permanently closed. Oh, well, going I think one direction. I don't know, whatever. I'm like, gee, after 25 years, he finally decided that maybe that's just not, it wasn't smart to build a road under a bridge below the level of the river. Duh. Funny how we have a lot of areas like that in this country. Like, really? Civic engineers, what did you learn in college that taught you it might be a good idea to build a major metropolitan area or thoroughfare underwater or sea level? Yeah, about that. I don't know. To me, it doesn't take a rocket scientist I think an average high school graduate probably would, no, that's not a very good idea. But anywho, I digress. So now I'm using that thing with the smudger brush, the MAC, kind of under that eyeliner with the color I have on the lid, which is called Seychelles in this palette. That's actually where Jed's ex-wife's from. I had to learn a lot. I hadn't heard of it. So it was, I mean, maybe I had heard of it back when I was taking geography in like the 8th grade, but had since, of course, forgotten. I was like, Seychelles, the heck is that? Beautiful island off the coast, the east coast, if I'm remembering correctly, of Africa. Colorful history, some revolution and colonialism in its past, like most areas around Africa at some point had. But the kids were able to go on a once-in-a-lifetime trip for about 3 weeks last summer with their mom. And boy, I tell ya, I was jealous. I've never been anywhere that exotic. I mean, Hawaii, I guess, but in Mexico. But to go somewhere like that, like literally practically on the other side of the world. Just kind of touching this up. Sometimes when you brush fallout away, it can kind of rub some of your makeup off. Not like, that sounds strong, but make a little, I don't know, how do you call it, but. So that is a very oceany eye. Wish my coloring was better, or my lighting, I mean. But once I get mascara on, it'll all pull together. I try not to powder too much under my eye just because of the whole aging thing. I cannot get this area up here right. I'm rather unorthodox with my eyeshadow. I use a finger a lot. I don't know. I feel like I have more control sometimes. Because a brush, you take the risk of it flying all over the place and not going exactly where you want it. Whereas your finger, it's a direct, it's no hand to brush to surface. It's hand to surface. There's no middleman, so to speak. You're literally putting it right where, and I usually touch up my brow highlight. Just so that's fresh. And then here's my blending brush. There's a transition shade in there. I want to make sure that's good and blended into that. And just kind of buff that out a little bit. I did like a burgundy eye yesterday. And I look with my like light blue-gray eyes, look kind of like a ghoul. But this one lady was like, oh my God, your eyes are beautiful. And I was like, oh, thank you. Love hearing that. But I pretty much do a different eye look every day. This is like back when I worked for Lauder. The ladies would laugh, you know, I'd come in for work every day, and whoever was working, what are we wearing today, Christine? Because it was different every single day. I didn't wear the same look twice, ever, in 2 years. Ever. And I don't know if I've probably worn what I call my fast eye, like when you wake up late and you gotta do a quicker version of a full face. Like push snooze one too many times. I'm sure I've worn that a couple times, but and I have a hooded eye, so I do a wing a little different too. And I have a hooded small eye, and it's kind of downturned too. So I have to like yeah, it's a process. And if you want me to get more into that in depth in another video, I can. So this is, I'm lining my waterline. And this is still with that same junky color. And just kind of, it doesn't have to be neat because I'm going back in with a pencil and shadow and smudging it out anyways. I remember I did this, like, what do they call that? It was like an all blue eye one day. And I mean blue. I did like, you know, like royal blue shadow and electric blue liner and blue mascara. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to look like an idiot. I got so many stinking compliments on that. People loved it. Even people that didn't like makeup were complimenting my makeup that day. And I'm like, of all the things for people to compliment, like, I'm thinking people are going to think I'm this crazy woman straight out of the 80s wearing this, you know, all blue monochromatic eye. And I got so many compliments. It just goes to show, you know, don't be scared. And it washes off. It's makeup. But go ahead and try it because you never know. And anything done well, I think, can be gotten away with. Darn this eye! Oh, it's of course watering a little. Which nothing takes off makeup quicker than a tear. So annoying. Let's see. I'm going to dab this a little bit. I think I'll just leave that alone until it stops watering. You can see there's a little gap, but I'll come back to it. I'm going to do mascara. So these are my two, I know, yes, two. But this is the Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal, and I get waterproof just because of my hooded eyes. The oils and whatever product will work on my eyelashes that touch, and it will transfer. The mascara will transfer onto my lid, and I absolutely cannot stand that. So I've been using waterproof mascara for a long time. And then this is the little Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. Sounds so stupid. And I remember when this came out, watching a YouTube video on it, going, how stupid. Who needs a separate mascara for their bottom lashes? And then, of course, people kept raving about it. I mean, look at this little itty-bitty teeny brush. And I finally decided, you know, I have small eyes. I have hooded eyes, and I don't have many eyelashes. So sometimes, and they're short and they're blonde. So sometimes using a big fat mascara brush, it's like, how do I get it in there without smudging, touching, you know, getting crap everywhere? So finally decided, you know, maybe there is a point to this. And I've been hooked ever since. Been buying them ever since, and it's probably been 4 or 5 years. And they do have it, now that I work for a Clinique, I can get it on my gratis. I have to wait till, I think like October or something. And gratis is where when you work for a company that, well, that does that, it's free stuff as part of your compensation. So twice a year, I'll get a certain dollar amount of free. And then, my AE said she loves to give gratis just so we're using the product. They do that so you're familiar with the product, and it's hard to sell something you don't use or have never tried. So they give you stuff. Like when I first started, Heather, my colleague, made me a really nice little goodie bag of all these like nice deluxe samples and stuff. Just, you know, because how are you going to sell it if you don't know about it and you haven't at least tried it? And so that's definitely a perk, because we all know how expensive this stuff can get. Oh, this is a little wonky, isn't it? Sometimes when I get in this angle, that's where I see where stuff's kind of not what I thought. It's like, I need to do that again. Forgot this way. Get under there. I had an easy brow day today. First time I filled out on camera, I was expecting a hot mess. Actually wouldn't go too bad. So this color is so pretty. But I love turquoises and greens and blues, and I'm not afraid of them at all. I think they're stunning. And what I did learn to embrace by having hooded eyes is that you don't see as much of a bright color when my eyes are open because my moving lid is covered by the hood. So it's almost easier for somebody with hooded eyes to get away with a crazy color because you're only seeing, I know this looks a little crazy in this lighting, but it really is not that bad. Because you're only seeing what's above the lashes. You're not seeing, unless my eyes, you know, I blink or whatever. My eyes are closed. So that's one perk of having hooded eyes. I think it's a little easier to do wild colors if you're scared of them. If you're not, of course it doesn't matter, but to get started or whatever. And I don't want any of that on my... But this is so fun. So fun. And then I always wonder, what are the ladies going to say when I get to work? But of course a new palette comes in and we're all oohing and awing like a bunch of giggling schoolgirls. And seeing who's buying it right away. And I was actually going to wait. And then yesterday it was a 4 points purchase if you're diamond. So instead of, you know, the 1 point per dollar, it's so 4 points per dollar. So I was like, wow, crap. Might as well get it when I can get more points. So anyways, that's the eye look. I don't know if this lighting's horrible. I have to work on that some more. But that, I'm pretty much done. Which is good because this is 33 minutes. So I'll just touch up a little on my bronzer and put a little highlighter on and put all my stuff away, throw my hair up in a ponytail. And this will be me for work today. Well, and lipstick, of course. So yeah. I've been having some issues with my skin lately, so I've been trying some different, and it's better today. And guess what dumb me finally figured out it probably was? This favorite brush of mine, which I can't find anymore, that I use for bronzer, finally dawned on me. Oh, you're breaking out on your forehead, Christine. And this is the bronzer brush you use to go. And I was breaking out a little under here too. And then it dawned on me. When was the last time you cleaned this brush? I'm horrible with it. I'm just horrible. Because I'm used to being one of those people that naturally, I'm very lucky I don't break out. So I get sloppy with my brushes and stuff. And so all of a sudden it dawned on me, maybe this disgusting, filthy example of a brush caked with like a year's worth of bronzer might actually be causing you finally some skin problems. So I washed it. I'm letting it dry because it's damp. So we'll see if this was the culprit. I also changed how I took my makeup off last night, and so we'll see. I can't stand having any little, Can't stand it. Nothing worse than trying to sell skincare and makeup to a woman and they have to look at your broken out ass face like, what do you know about skincare? Your face looks like crap, you know? I mean, kind of doesn't lend much to credibility if you can't even handle your own skin, but, you know, whatever, I digress. So I hope you have a great day. This is it. I'll film again soon. Let me know down in the comments if any of this sparked a question or you want more in-depth information, tutorial, product suggestions, etc. What maybe you'd like to see next. I can, like I said, I'll do just about any color. And I guess that's it. So please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.